Hi, and welcome back to Hidden Gems. Some of you might be noticing that last time I said this would be a weekly series. Guess what? It's going to be a bi-weekly series because this is a lot harder than I thought it was. Anyway, moving on to today's piece from the archives, our hidden gem. It's this, a simple book. I know a lot of you also wanted us to zoom in on the artifacts, which we will do next time. This is a book, so see, it has a cover, pages. We're not going to zoom in on it today, but it's the contents of this book that are very intriguing. This book is titled A Convention of Drunkards, a satirical essay on intemperance, to which are added 3 speeches on the same subject, an oration on the anniversary of American independence, and an ode on the completion of the Erie Canal. They were really great at naming books in the 1800s. And this book is published in New York City in 1840, and it was written by Reverend Charles Giles. He was born in Fort Griswold, Connecticut in 1783, but based on this book and other research I've done on him, seems to have spent much of his time along the Erie Canal in central New York. He was a Methodist minister, and he died August 30th, 1867. So, Charles Giles. He was, from the looks of this book, a big proponent of the temperance movement, which, for those of you who don't know the temperance movement, that was the movement to make alcohol illegal in the United States. It really sprung up along with many other reform movements that came in the Second Great Awakening, which was around the same time that they built the Erie Canal. Actually, the Erie Canal greatly facilitated the spread of the reform movements of the Second Great Awakening, where a variety of religious ministers awakened Americans to a new form of more reformist Christianity that was all about helping people and doing the right thing. And one of those was temperance, because they thought that drinking alcohol was a horrible, horrible thing. And I'd like to remind everyone to get a ticket for the Pickenswig on September 28th. But anyway, this book, the first part is, like it says, A Convention of Drunkards, which is 100 pages of horrible puns. It's a satirical convention where there's like Mr. Rum Drinker is one of the characters, and then they go and tell these poems about how drinking alcohol is so great, but they actually look kind of like idiots in it. So it's supposed to show that people who drink alcohol, not great people. As the title also said, there are 3 more orations on the subject, so if you hadn't already gotten the first point that alcohol's bad, don't worry. They included 3 speeches. One to the Jordan, New York Temperance Society, which Reverend Giles gave November 17th, 1835. Another one called A Speech Touching the License System from July 4th, 1835. He delivered that in Fairfield, New York. And then a speech to the Temperance Society of Paris, New York, New Year's Day, January 1st, 1839, because if there's anything people want to hear about on New Year's, it's how you shouldn't drink alcohol. Great timing, Reverend. And then finally, it also talks about the 4th of July speech that he gave in Wheatsport in 1836. It is very flowery, that speech, but doesn't talk about the evils of alcohol. It talks about our great friendship with England and stuff. Exciting things. And then finally, a lovely poem he composed about the Erie Canal, which is somehow more florid than his 4th of July oration. So that's the whole book. You can actually find a copy of it online, a free copy where you can read the whole text. We'll include a link in the description to that webpage. And again, I'd like to remind everybody, Pig and Swig, July 28th. Be there, be square. Buy a ticket. All right, thanks.